flockers, how's everybody doing today? Today is Thursday, June 13th, 2019, and it is 7:01 p.m. Hello to everybody. We're just going to wait for a few minutes and give people a chance to come on into the chat room. It has been, hello there, there's Janice Glines, hello. You're the first one in here. I actually have the air conditioner off this evening, and I'm taking a chance because it's quite breezy, so I'm hoping that no bugs will come in, but I've got my windows open. It's been absolutely beautiful the last couple of days. It's actually been chilly. It's been in the very low 50s at night, and it's been in the 60s during the day, so I am loving this weather. How are you, Janice Glines? I hope you are well. And my missing... hello, Jan Bador. How are ya? My missing screen guy has decided to raise himself from the missing. He was on vacation, so he actually stopped by this evening. He picked up the one screen that I had, and he's going to get me a price. Hello to Sandra's Beat at Heart Treasures. How are you? So I'm very nervous tonight to do this, to attempt this painting. I did the acrylic color blocking already, and it's basically dry. I put it by my window. So I'm kind of nervous. It doesn't really look like the photo. Hang on a second. Let's see. No, that's not working. No. Never mind. Okay. So you will see that I have a picture in a picture when I switch to the overhead camera, and the painting in the upper left corner, that is the one that I will be trying to do. And yeah, it doesn't really look like that, and I'm okay with that. It is what it is, and you know, it's like one of my first, so I'm giving myself the freedom to screw up here. This is a technique I have been watching by an artist, a British artist named Michael James Smith. He's extremely talented. He does hyper-realistic landscapes, and basically when he's done with his painting, you cannot tell the difference between his painting and the photograph. He's that good. And I aspire to be him someday. Probably, if I had 3 or 4 lifetimes worth of years left, I probably couldn't come close. But anyway, I have been binge watching all of his videos, and I've been, saying, I could do that, I could do that, I could do that. So we're going to try and do that. Does my photograph really look, does this acrylic color block look like the photo in the upper left? No, not really, but that's okay. It's a mountain and a pasture, and I'm happy with that. So the theory behind acrylic blocking is you're not staring at a white canvas. You've got your medium tones basically blocked in already, and it gives you somewhere to jump off of. So, and I'm gonna put some paints on my palette. I got this kit from Jerry's Artorama. It came in a beautiful little box. Let's see if I can back it up and show you. There's the inside, and it came with 10 colors. Plus I had tubes already, and it came with a palette and this little easel case. And I have gotten myself some brushes. Let's see. come on, cooperate. These 3 brushes came with the Lukas oil kit. I got these from Cheap Joe's, and these detail brushes I got from Arteza. And am I still streaming? Because I see absolutely no activity going on in the chat room. I only have a couple people watching. I sure do hope folks will watch. Okay, so anyway, detail brushes from Arteza, Cheap Joe's, and Lucas Berlin. These are Chungking Borst. They're basically a specific type of hog hair that is from China, and I cannot attest to the quality. I see a few loose foofies in here, and this one I actually did chop a little bit. If you can see there, I gave it a bit of a shag layer cut. Michael James Smith has a line of brushes, and he has 2 brushes that he's created called tree and bush brushes, and it's like a layered brush, kind of in this shape, and it has kind of a chiseled edge. And when you load it with paint and you start dabbing like this, you get, oh, you can't see my hand, I'm sorry. When you start dabbing like this, you get nice little tree layers. So we'll see what happens. You're not sold on hyper realistic, but that's what you want to do. Go for it. Okay, I'm sorry, Janice. Anyway, so I'm going to put some paint on my palette here. And I'm guessing I'll have to hold it like this, or maybe I'll just leave it down in front of me. And I'm pushing up against all sorts of things here. And you don't have to worry about this being hyper realistic, Janice, because I don't have any freaking clue what it is that I'm doing. All right, so. Hello there, Arlena. How are you? And how much am I going to get done tonight? I have no idea. None. None, I tell you, none. Again, these are Lukas Berlin Water Mixable Oils. And if needed, if I need something a little bit looser, I do have some linseed oil here. I also have some liquid, which is something else. It's kind of like a gel medium to add to oil paints. Okay. Some burnt umber. You like individual impressions in paintings? Well, I like to, make stuff up too, so I will probably need more yellow because I do have a lot of grass in the field here. And I am not an expert. I really don't know how to go about making colors. So, it's going to be a crapshoot here. I only have 1 green in my oils, so I'm going to have to mix my greens. So, Lord only knows how that's going to turn out. That was way too much blue. I wonder if I could probably... Let's try and scoop some of that back in. You can't see what I'm doing. I put too much of this dark blue on here. So I'm just trying to shove it back in the tube. Let's say I got air on the tube. There we go. I don't think I'm going to get much more in there. Oh well. Such is life. I'm sure my buddy Vincent van Gogh has wasted a lot of oil paint in his day, right? Come on. The cap wants to cross threads here. There we go. All right, so I have some blue paint here. And I'm going to take a lot of white and mix up a sky color. And I think it still needs to be more white. When you see hyper realistic, you're amazed, but then you wonder why recreate a photo. Oh, okay. You know, that makes sense, but you know, then again, if you have a beautiful place to live like I do, you know, you might say to an artist, well, here's a photograph of my favorite spot on my property. Can you paint it for me? So, you know, there is a reasoning behind it, I guess. I might as well put some more white out. Ah, it was only 88 today, huh, Sandra? It was in the 60s here today. And it was in the low 50s overnight. So, yeah, this is still, I'm thinking. That's what I needed, that. And I mean, I have so little need for blue. I'm mixing too much, but anyway. All right, so I am going to take which brush and start getting in my sky. I guess maybe I'll... Hello there, Andrea. How are you? Yeah, we had some rain. This was it this afternoon? Yes, this afternoon. We had a good downpour tonight. This afternoon. That's kind of the same. I'll try this. We'll see what happens. And this may turn out to be very impressionistic because if I can't do the hyper realist, you know. So I'm just going to get an overall color on here. And I know I've got clouds there. I'll just paint the clouds in later, or I'll go around it. And I got pieces coming out. You got a gusher today, huh? Yeah. This could use a touch. Oh, Sandra's saying that they usually don't get the triple digits until August and September. Yeah, I think Mother Nature was having a bit of a hot flash, I guess. All right, I'm gonna hang on one second. I got to get a little cup. find my little cups. Here they are. Don't need a lot of this. Just taking a wee dab of it. I just grabbed a little bit of linseed oil because it seems awfully dry. So if you can learn this technique, will you be out in your fields and pastures painting all season? I'll be in here probably using pictures probably, because me sitting out in the direct sunlight is not a good thing. And I'm sorry you can't see what I'm doing here. The linseed oil helps the paints dry faster. Although it's very, very low humidity today, so. Melissa, you have a paintbrush in your hand. Yes, I know I do. But I didn't want to stick a blue paintbrush in my jar of linseed oil. So I knew that, but I did not want to contaminate. Hello there, Linda! I did not want to contaminate my jar of linseed oil. Yes, yes, I do hate paintbrushes, but you can't really do oils by finger painting. So get some. Dinner is heating, so you'll have to step away for a while. Well, that's okay. You're entitled to have your dinner. Pie on steroids, huh? That's what you're having for dinner? Right, Sandra? I love me a good pie. No fried cabbage and onions or ham? Pie is for lunch party. Oh, your pie is for a lunch party. Who just came in? I see somebody saying hi to some. There she is. Hello there, Debbie Riddick. How are you, my love? Costco pies. Oh, yeah. Costco makes good pies. I like their strawberry rhubarb. Strawberry rhubarb is actually my favorite. Closely followed by peach. Okay. Your iPad is acting up. That's not fun. I can try zooming in a bit. I don't know if that's going to be helpful for you. Oh, you jackass. Sorry, excuse my mouth. I was going for black and I tapped into some green instead, so I'm going to clean my brush. Dummy, dummy, dummy. All right, I need the slightest touch. Yes, there we go. There we go. Bit darker. You can see the grain on the canvas? Oh yeah, you can. Look at that. Okay. That's good. I'm not happy with this brush. It's got loose fibers in it. I gotta say, I'm pretty happy with that cloud. It's the first cloud I've ever done. It seems kind of washed out. I don't know if I can correct that on my end here. I could try turning off. That's a little better. Let's see if I turn this one off. There you go. That's a more better. You're fascinated watching videos today on how gemstones are cut? Oh, I know. Oh, I love doing that. Sanjay and I were getting into it, and we were thinking about getting one of the cutters and the polishers, and it's a huge investment, so I decided not to continue to explore. And that's when I started to get into, because I couldn't find, cabochons and whatnot that I liked and that I could afford, because I have expensive taste. So that's when I got into polymer clay. I said, I'll just make my own. And then I haven't touched the polymer clay in quite a while. All right, now I need a couple of wisps. And those need to be blended out. All right, I got to blend that out. Let's see. This is a rather stiff brush. I'll try this one, it's soft. This high quality brush is actually from Walmart. So there you go. Okay. Yeah, I love gemstones too. Okay. All right. Can you see the whole thing now? Ugh, wrong way. There we go. All right, now I have to start with my green for the background on the mountain. And hello there, Mark. How are you? And from what I understand, hang on, I'm just trying to feather this out a bit more. When I look at it on the screen, I'm not all that thrilled with it. I'm so glad His Royal Spudness decided to join us. How you doing, Mark? All right, that looks a little bit better. All right, now I have to start mixing green. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a bit of this here yellow and mix it in here. Some of that. I know you can't see, but I'm mixing my background mountain color, and that needs to be the way you achieve atmospheric look is to add gray. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm adding some gray to this, and I need more white paint. Well, of course. Well, this is a field of potatoes. There you go, Mark. I'm out of white again. I need to get myself a gallon tube of white and black. Let's see. Does that match? I'm holding it up to my screen. It needs to be a bit darker, I think. Well, that pretty much has it. Now, where's my new brush? And I'm going to do the dark sections first, because that's what he does. And I'm looking at my brushes to see what I've got. Oh, there's dust in these brushes. All right, I guess I'll stick with this one. Potatoes make everything better. Yes, they do. All right, I'm gonna mix the secondary darker. And just tapping the brush in here. And I'm tapping in shadows. Okay, Sandra. I'm getting lost in what I'm doing here, so Sandra's got to go let her puppies out. Is all the sound going? Or I'm not talking. Yeah, I'm uh, I'm rather absorbed into what I'm doing. All right, so that's got that in. I'm just wiping my brush off onto a paper towel, and now I'm going to start using a fan brush, and I'm just dabbing in the ends. And this is the medium color, and I think it could use a wee bit of oil. Seems rather thick. All right, let's see. Oh, I haven't done anything yet, Susan. Thank you. Let's see. I'm trying to work up a color here. And it has to be darker than that. Come on. Just trying to get the right color. You keep mixing, and pretty much you've got one big blob of paint and it's the wrong color. I believe this is going to be, to me, I think it's going to be too light, but we'll see. There we go. That's starting to get it. That's starting to get it. getting there. I think it could be, I think it could be a wee bit greener. Let's see. And I'm deliberately kind of hitting the margins between the two colors because, you know, if you look at a mountain top that's further away, it's not as defined. And the trees at the top kind of give it a fuzzy look. So we're going for fuzzy here. And this is my first time trying this, so you're watching the disaster as it happens. This could end up being something in between Michael James Smith and Vincent van Gogh. So we'll see what happens. I like when my clouds came out. They came out better than expected. That doesn't look too bad. Doesn't look like the photograph, but that's okay. Trying to get a darker color. Because I have a darker shadow over here. And it doesn't have to be exact, I don't care. I am not that, I'm not good enough to care. So I'm just winging it. I'm just trying to get the shadows in. Dinner was yummy? Well, I'm glad to hear that. I had spicy Korean noodles. Oh yeah, that's working. Okay. And I have a darker spot down here. Hello there, little C. How are you, my love? Oh, I'm so sorry you're sick. Oh, I'll keep praying for you, sweetheart. I will keep praying. Now this area looks like it's got some shadowing over here. Okay. And now we need a bit of lighter color. For some highlights. Okay. And where are my highlights? There are some that go like that. Yeah. Keep it going. And where else? There's highlights going up here. Oh, thanks, little C. I'm trying. This is the first time I've done this, so as I said earlier, you're watching the disaster as it happens. Live and in person. Okay, there's those highlights. We have a bit of them over here. Okay. And I have a line of them over here. And a nice little over there. And a bit over here. How is our Carrie today? I haven't spoken to them today, but I did hang out with them on Tuesday night when YouTube was broken. We decided to Skype, and she was down in her studio, which is always a very good sign. And I really believe that unless something happens, there will be a Cranky Crafters tomorrow night. So I'm very excited about that. So I am hoping that we will have a Cranky Crafters tomorrow night. Of course, on the Cranky Crafters channel, so find us over there. Probably 8 o'clock-ish, unless PJ gets hung up at work. Alright, and we don't need it to be, well, we don't. There we go. That's the color I'm looking for. Yeah. Are the pipes is working? They are working, so I'm very, very happy about that. All right, so now I'm going to be moving on into the trees right behind. Let's see, I can blow this up for you so you can see what I'm working with. That's what I'm working on. So I will be working on the trees which are in the middle of the canvas. What happened? Oh, I just hope that that did not screw things up on me. Okay, it didn't. Good. Okay. All right, so you can see I'm doing the trees in the middle. So we'll get that back over there, I guess. Okay. So, yep, the pipes is working. And there is a hair on my canvas. All right, so now I'm going to be working on the trees, and I'm going to be doing the shadow colors. So I'm going to try this brush and see how it works. And I need to go back to this window here so I can see the big one. There it is. Okay. So we're going to start out with I'm putting in the shadows first. And I'm looking at my photo to see where the darkest shadows are. It's really dark down here. So let's get that even darker. You finished, oh, you finished hubby's McDonald's journal. Oh, that's good. And painted a box for the goodies. Oh, that's cool. 2 days ahead of time. There you go. That'll give time for the glue to set and for the paint to dry. You use the box that your obsession perfume came in. Yeah, I think this would make it. It's an 8x10 canvas, so it's, you know, it's a nice little size. I have some smaller ones here. I have These are 3x5s. And I've got, what size are these? These are 5x7s, so. Oh, I would like to do smaller ones because one, they'll be less expensive for people to buy, and two, they'll be quicker to make. All right, where did I leave off here? That was down here, and then this goes kind of like. Bit of it down here. Oh, little Sia's coloring. That's nice. Hi, Connie. How are you, love? Thank you, Sandra. Did whose place sell, Linda? You went out back earlier in your backyard and you were under 2 inches of water. Come to find out your neighbor behind me overfilled his pools. Oh my gosh. Well, at least your yard is going to get some free irrigation, right? Can't complain about that. It's on his water bill, not yours. Hello there, Malia. How are you? Oh, my friend that, whose husband, no, Farley, no. The house hasn't sold. I'm not even sure if it's on the market because it needs work. You know, typical cobbler kids, you know, that he did for everybody else, but always put off doing for himself. So it hasn't sold yet. Linda said she was probably going to be coming back for a few days, like maybe next week, so that would be nice. I'd love to be able to spend some time with her. It would be nice if I got some, yeah, because, you know, it gets lonely here. I'm hoping Carrie will be here next week. I don't know. We'll have to see how she's doing. But that would be fun, you know, just us girls. Go have some fun, do some retail therapy, and be waited on in the restaurants and just enjoy ourselves. Yeah, well, you know, I'm really not in the middle of nowhere. I'm only 20 minutes from Tennessee, 20 minutes from Virginia, and 20 minutes from our super Walmart. And Boone is about 45 minutes to an hour. No, she's not flying. PJ would be driving her down. And then having to go back up north, you know, because he's got no time off. He used all of his time taking care of Carrie, so he has no time. You know, he'd drive her down maybe Friday night and then, you know, drive back on Sunday. But their older boy, Jamie, is old enough, you know, he can take care of the dogs for a few days. But yeah, it would be lovely to have some nice new neighbors. Because the ones on the other side of the creek, you know, it's all about them. They don't really care about the common driveway or the fact that it's in desperate need of repair. Me and Fairley and one other property owner put in quite a bit of money about a year and a half ago, and had the common driveway worked on a little bit, but all that he did was just dump some stuff in potholes. He didn't try to regrade or anything. So the potholes are horrendous. And you know, I'm not why should I pay for it? I've already put in a big bunch of money. So, you know, it's somebody else's turn to buck up. Okay. I think that's probably it for the dark stuff. It's really, really dark over this way though. So I'm gonna fill that in a wee bit more. Yeah, well, one of the properties was owned by two women, and they had one of those cheap single wide trailers dumped up there, and they stayed here for one season, one winter, and when they realized, you know, how difficult it was to live up there during the winter, I mean, they used to think nothing of banging on Fairley and Linda's door and asking them to drive them back up to their trailer because their car wouldn't make it. Seriously? Really? So they decided it wasn't for them, and they moved back to, I think, Michigan or Ohio or wherever they're from. And now they're renting it out to a single mother of 5. And she's a nightmare. And of course, she's not going to put up any money for the... she's never going to put up... All right, I'm starting to get mosquitoes. I'm going to have to close my windows. Give me a second, guys. I got to close the windows. That's what I was afraid of. Okay, I'm sorry about that. Uh-oh, Sandra just what? Dropped you out of the YouTubes? I'm sorry about that. Alright, so now... But, yeah, she's a miserable person. And, of course, she's on the state dole, so... She's not going to put up any money. And I don't know, I'm just over it. You know, I got so used to Linda and Fairley being such fantastic human beings that real sad without them. All right, now I'm mixing a highlight color. Needs some white in it, I think. Oh, thanks, Connie. This is certainly not going to be photorealistic, so I'm okay with that. Oh, thanks, Jan. I appreciate that. I'm having fun with it. Even though I'm using a brush. Still having a fun with it. That's the color I'm looking for. I don't want big blobs. Every now and then there's a bit of light that sneaks in down here. And if you want to try this yourself, one thing I learned I learned a lot of things by watching Michael James Smith, is that canopies and treetops arc. So when you're over here and you're adding highlights, one little dot is a canopy. Down here, one dot is a group of leaves in part of the canopy. But if you do the arches as you're doing it, it gets more realistic looking. I are a graduate of YouTube University. Yep, taking it day by day, right, Sandra and Connie? That's what we got to do. Okay. Oh, yeah. See, now, I'll show you what I mean by an arc. I have a giant mosquito after me. Sorry about that. If you look right here, you see these little arcs? Those are canopy tops. Man, I hope he can come through with them screens, because it's such a joy to have the windows open in here. Right now I could only get 2 open, but all right, this section here. Okay. And don't forget that different trees have different colors in them. So I've just added a bit of yellow ochre in here. And I'm just adding it to some of the highlights, because some trees have different colors. They're more warm colored, they're darker, they're cooler. So I'm just doing it hit and miss here. Happy little trees, yep. How you doing, Margie? Did Sandra, did you see about, let's see, hang on, let me scroll up. You got your sister turned on to Cranky Crafters? Oh, wonderful! Oh, well, you'll have to tell her to say something in the chat room and introduce herself, because, you know, we love you. And if your sister's anything like you, holy cow, that would be like a jackpot for us. You're liking this better than the photo? Yeah, I am too, kinda. It doesn't look like the mountain, like this valley here is too deep. It should have been more shallow, but I'm fine with it. You know, I like to do my own thing anyway, so. And the trees over on this side of the canvas are lighter. They're getting more sunshine than the other side. Oh, wonderful, Sandra. That would be so much fun. That would really be a lot of fun. All right. It's looking kind of blurry. I'm wondering if I can use one of these rigger brushes and add some highlights. Let's try, that one's too big. Let's try one of the detail brushes. Pull them out. Okay. So this is a real tiny, little tiny brush. Hi Jenny, how are you? And I'm going to use some oil and make this a little bit soupier. And I think I need more paint here. You're going to listen and watch for a bit while you get your dinner started? Well, that works. There we go. I'm not liking that. I think it's too big. Too big. So we just kind of blend it out. There. So yeah, this is looking abstracty. I'm challenging my inner, channeling my inner Bob. Yes, I am. Oh, I like that one. Oh, hubby comes home tonight, huh? You're making spaghetti with meat sauce and zucchini and mushrooms. Oh, Janice, it's Janice. Sandra, I'll be right over. I'll bring my dining bib and my own little fork. Oh boy, yeah, that would be good. Okay. Okay. All right. Now this has got some real light stuff. Oh, hubby's supposed to be picking up a pie for dessert. Well, that's good. Maybe some peach melba, strawberry rhubarb. So yeah, this is kind of looking almost impressionistic, and I'm fine with that. I kind of actually like it. Kind of sort of kind of like it. You know what I'm saying, people? All right. So now I need some darker here. To try and do the grass on the back. Double yum is right there, Margie. You wouldn't know where to put a husband? Yeah. You have a dad, a brother, and a son, and a great-grandson, and no room for a hubby. Well, you could keep him in a box under the bed. And, you know, you just pull him out when you need him, right? Okay. And what does Bob say? You know, just 2 hairs and some air. I'm using the very tips of this fan brush to give the impression of grass. And it has some much brighter, much a more brighter green highlights in here. Almost like a lime green. There we go. No, that's not lime. Now we're talking lime. There we go. Shrink him down and put him on a shelf. Okay, now I can do the medium colors. Needs a touch more green, I think. I'm holding the brush up to my screen to get an idea of the color. And I'm just going to do waves of line, you know, of arcs of grass. Because when I look at my pasture, you get the real, you know, waves of amber grain. I've taken videos of my pasture before when the wind is blowing, and it looks like a sea. Yeah, this is going to be kind of impressionistic, but I'm okay with that. I'm liking it. I'm having fun. That's the whole point, people. Have fun. You really like how the trees pop forward? That's cool. I'm glad that my attempt is pleasing. I've just added a wee bit of linseed oil to my paint here. Because it seems to give it a what do you call it? Seems to stick to the canvas a wee bit better. So yeah, this is going to be impressionistic, but that yeah, it's fine for me. I'm not all that picky. I'll give you, some close-ups, and you can see how this how the fan brush works. It makes nice little, come on, focus, focus. And you cannot see. I wonder if, oh, I zoomed in earlier. Wrong way. There we go. Now you can see the whole thing. Uh-oh, avalanche. Crap. I pushed a wee bit too much on my easel. Now let's see if I zoom in. No, that's about as close as I can get you. No, I'm not using acrylic, sweetheart. These are water mixable oils. I used acrylic to do my color blocking. And basically what you're doing there is you are taking like a medium tone acrylic and plopping it down in the appropriate color on your canvas. And by doing that, there's a hair. By doing that, it's easier to start with your oils because you're not staring at a white canvas to throw you off. And basically it also saves on oil paint because there's already something back there. So you don't need to use quite as much oil to get the canvas covered. I think I need some more oil. That's better. That's so much more better. you used metallics and extreme metallics on your painting, but you were only working on trees. Well, that's a fun technique. That works real well. I love using metallics, you know, and the extreme glitters, but I don't know as to whether or not I could do that with oils. I don't know if they make I don't know if they make metallic oil paints. All right, every now and there I'm just putting in some darker bits to make it look like grass. Just barely touching the canvas. Just to give it some kind of realistic all right. That is getting there. And now we're moving on to the lightest section here. Very pale section. That is there. Okay. You're still here watching and coloring? Well, that's good. And Jenny is watching me and Martha. I'm assuming she means Martha Stewart. That's pretty cool for me to be up there with the Martha as far as attention. See that? No, I never even touched that brown or the cerulean blue. I tell you. what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to work from furthest away and forward. And I'm trying to kind of like cover the spot I did before with the next layer. And I'm trying to use the brush the way grass would grow and move in the wind. I'll go back over this with a rigger brush after I get this first layer on, and try and do individual hairs or individual pieces of grass. Out of white here again. And I cannot see the bottom of the canvas there. Just stay put, please. All right. Okay. Let me try and clean out my brushes a wee bit. I'll finish cleaning them out later. And I really do need a very fine little brush for a few things here, because that back there is looking like it could use some help. Oh, there's that big mosquito again. He is out for my blood. Okay. And I think this brush is too thick. I need a rigger, or let's try this one. Is that the same? Yeah, it is. Let's try this one. Is that the same? That's thinner. Okay. Is anybody still watching? Everything got real quiet. It says they got 10 people watching. You're back, your sauce is simmering, your veggies are cut, and the pie is on the way. There you go. All right, I need oil. Nothing is happening. I need more white. Yeah, everybody's being very, very quiet. I don't know. I guess folks don't love me anymore. They don't want to watch me anymore. I can't even see this. There we go. That's still too thick though. That brush is still too thick. Ooh, let's try this one. It's probably the same one. Nope. Looks different. All right. Oh, thanks, Sandra. Thanks so much. Hi, Carlana. How you doing? Oh, you're back down in South Carolina? I'm sorry you had a rough trip. You could have stopped here. Please don't kill yourself if you're going to be driving by this way. Stop and say hello. You know, get a pee break. I'll make some coffee. Go get something for lunch or something. Needs a touch of that really bright yellow. Just a tiny dab. And of course that wasn't a tiny dab. That's the color I wanted. You didn't feel well? You had a major headache? Yeah, yellow barrel, yeah. Gotta fix that pothole sometime, you know? Aw. Yeah, I'm about 20 minutes from my exit on the Blue Ridge. I can't remember what the exit number is, but I am not having success making these, and you can't see what I'm doing. I gotta zoom out. There we go. I'm not being successful here with this grass. All right, that should help. There we go. and I can't see. You know what, guys? I'm going to get rid of this, and I'm going to work directly on my glass mat because I can't see the bottom of the canvas in the easel. And I will fix the camera so y'all can see what it is that I'm doing. So just give me a second here. Don't get seasick on me. There we go. And now we zoom in. And I'll just have to remember to move the canvas when I'm I guess I have to practice a bit more to be able to do the individual blades of grass that he does. They look so real, and he makes it look so effortless. You know, maybe the 20 or 30 years of experience he has are come into play there, but I don't know. He makes it look so easy. But I'm having fun with this one, so. I think his rigger brush is longer. All the clocks are chiming 9 o'clock. All is well. Well, that's good. All is well. Okay, and now what happens? Where's my fan brush? Let's just take some of this bright yellow. Now you can see what I'm doing. I'm just trying to get a nice color there. I don't want it to be too soupy. There we go. That's more better. Let's get a bit green in there. Just a touch of dark. So I can get some individual blades of grass here. Okay, well, it is my first attempt. But I think it was pretty good. I mean, if you take a photograph of this scene as you're driving by on cobblestones at 90 miles an hour, I'd say this is a pretty good representation of that photo, right? That's what I wanted right there. Oh, I couldn't paint a stick person either. Don't ask me to do a human. No way, Jose. There we go. Oh, I got some dark in there. I'll just work it in. Don't know where it came from. Oh, I dragged it into the... accidentally dragged it into the black. My bad. I don't want the black, I want the white. let's get the black out of the brush. Okay. I'm happy with that. Oh, have a good night at work. Have a safe trip back and forth to work, Debbie. Thanks for hanging out with us. Okay. So I have all of these brushes that are a mess. I've got to clean them out. Let's see if I can use some of this oil. Because I need a brush to sign my name. And I'm going to practice on some paper first. Because I ain't never signed my name onto a painting before. Oh, Sandra, that would be lots of fun. Hit me up on Facebook and let me know what times you're available. Because I know we have a time difference here. Okay, I need a piece of paper. That's a piece of paper. So let's try. Hang on. Okay. There should be enough oil there in the lid. Let's just see how this looks. I am practicing my signature. That don't look too bad. Of course, the minute I touch the canvas, it'll all make a mess. That don't look too bad. Let's go for it. Here goes nothing, guys. I'll do it one more time. Let's get it ready. Okay, that worked. All right, there. It's signed. You're going to make a stamp with your, yeah, with your initials? Yeah, I tried to do that once and I was not successful. But that would be a good idea. All right, so I'm just going to soak up the oil that was in my lid here and clean it out. So let me zoom out. And there you have it. Oh my goodness gracious. And I have all this paint left over. So I have to find something to do with it. And I just happen to have this canvas sitting here that I used on my last leftovers. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. Those brushes need to be cleaned. All right, here, put this here for a second. Okay. Hang on, disaster strikes. Let's hope there's no hair on it. Yep, there is. I got rosy hair on here. All right. There, it's sitting on the easel now. I don't think I think I tried to do a cane with my initials in it, and that didn't work very well at all. So, all right. I am going to scrape this off the I'm just scraping it on the canvas. That's a bright color. I like that. There we go. I'm just wiping it anywhere I want. Let's just put the black along the border. Some Viridian green. That's a pretty color. I like that. And lots of brown. Lots of brown, because, you know, waste not, want not, people. There we go. There we go. I can smell it from here, Sandra. I'm starving. All right, so I played around with this canvas. Well, it's just a piece of wood that I had laying here, and when I did my last canvas, I just didn't want to waste it, so I just scraped it off. So, in fact, I'm going to go get my other canvas. Hello there, Laura. How are you, love? Let me go get my other oil painting because I did want to do a couple things on it. And now that I have some more brushes available, I can play with it. Oh boy. Okay, I don't need this photo anymore. Okay. And let me get rid of this. There we go. All right. And there is a large amount of glare on here. So I'm going to tilt it up. That has to go up much higher, doesn't it? There. Let's hope it stays there. I want to put another tree back here to cover this white roof of the house I decided not to use. I'm just so I need me something to lean this on. It has to be that high. Well, an inch taller. There. Okay, so I have these here brushes. All right. And of course I took all that paint and got rid of it and then realized what I was doing. So I'm going to need a bit of green. A bit of yellow. A bit of brown. A bit of black. Maybe a bit of white. There's my white. And now let's try this brush. Okay, let's get some oil on it. go. There's that. And now I need the green and some yellow. Okay, and I need that dark color again. Trying to make the tips smooth and skinny. Do I know what you're going to do tomorrow on Cranky Crafters? No, I don't know at this point. I'm open to suggestions, provided I can find the supplies. I might do more painty papers. I can show you the papers that we did last night. I think they came out not last night, Tuesday night. I think they came out really well. I'm very pleased with them. This brush is not doing it for me. Yeah, I need, you know, if people are interested in painty paper packs that have nothing but painty papers in them, then I need to make more of them. So, that's what I wanted. Thank you. All right, that takes care of that. And of course, now I have all this extra paint. See if I can't clean that brush out. I don't want the cyan. Where is my other paint colors? Let's see. Ultramarine, that's what I want. No, don't do that. There. I wanted to see what it would look like if I used oil and ultramarine blue and tried to darken up some of these lines in the sky. So I'm trying to use oil to make the paint thinner and just try to make some of the lines a bit darker to try and bring this all together. Because it just looks a little too busy. I got rid of the glare for you guys, but now I can't see what I'm doing. Okay. Yeah, I think it's kind of calming things down. Need more oil. Dogs are in the doorway anxiously waiting for hubby. There you go. They know he's headed home. They did a study on that. On, because people would say, oh, my dog knows when my husband's on the way home. He stands by the door at the exact time. And they wanted to know whether or not it was because maybe their scent in the house dropped to a certain level at you know, round about that time, or if it was just like the dog's own internal clock. And I think they determined that it was their own internal clock. It was an interesting show. I think it was a Nova show, or... Oh, that's cute. Sandra says that when he pulls in the garage, the dogs try and knock each other over trying to get to the door first. That is cute. Yeah, I'm liking this better. It was a little too busy for my taste. I need a bit more of that ultramarine. Where did that go? There it is. And some more oil. And they're off. Okay. Yep. I'm liking this better. I think what was bothering me so much with this was that the yellow turned green. So I'm trying to get rid of some of that green. And calm it down a wee bit. Dad time in Colombo. All right, Jenny, you have a good night. Thanks for being here. So I'm guessing by the way that the turnout was tonight, folks are really not interested in watching oil painting. Because it's like nobody showed up. Other than the dozen or so regulars I get. I'm guessing that's an indicator that I shouldn't do this again. You're enjoying watching it? Yeah, well, I know. You are, because you're one of my regulars. But I didn't get a very good turnout tonight, so I guess that means that people are not interested. You know, I can't keep justifying this much time every week if only, you know, a dozen or so folks show up. So I'll have to rethink this. It's summer, yeah, most people are out, yeah. I could be doing production videos or making stuff for my store. There, I'm liking that better. I think that calmed things down a little bit. Rather than, you know, doing this. Oh, well, I hope you feel better, Laura. I'm sorry. Spanky's going to give you a hug from me when she sees you. All right, there. I think that's better. Okay. All right, now I want to try a bit of red to sign this. Okay. Now, where's that little piece of scrap paper? Let's try this. Okay, that works. There we go. That was terrible. But it's signed. Sort of. Okay, that's done. Oh, let me go put that aside and let it dry. Alrighty. So there's the piece I did tonight. And I think it needs to be tilted up a wee bit. About like that. Oops. So there's only 8 people here, so I think I'm going to end the show and clean up my mess around here. And for a first attempt, I'm quite happy with it. Does it look like the photo? No, but who cares? Who cares? So if you're new to my channel, and you know, there's only 8 of you left, so if you're new to my channel, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button and give the video a thumbs up before you leave, and I'd love a kind comment down below. And if you're looking for 400 plus new friends to art with and encourage and have fun with, come on over to the Flock on Facebook and join us over there. I love you all very, very much, and I am very thankful for your love and your support. And you all have a good night, and stay tuned. And if we're going to be doing a Cranky Crafters tomorrow night, we'll definitely post and let you all know. It's usually around 8 o'clock. It might be a little bit later. I'm not sure. All right, guys, I love you all very, very much. You all have a blessed evening, and I will see you real soon. So long now.